Countdown. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Factly Digest. This is a series of lives that we do from our studio in house here at the Factly office, and it is a fortnightly set of updates that we do with with members of the various teams that work at Factly. Every edition, we speak to one representative from two teams, and find out all the what exciting work has been going on behind the scenes, and bring it to you so you can also take a look. And most of the time you'll find that it's something that is of use to you in and applicable to your daily life in some way or the other. I'm Parvati Mohan. I lead the audiovisual production efforts here at Factly. And before we get into these updates, a very quick reminder that memberships are now live on our YouTube channel, the English one, and you get access to custom emojis and of course priority responses to your comments on our videos and any all the content that we do here on YouTube. And it's a good way for you to show support for the work that we're doing, which of course encompasses data journalism and fact checking. And also, once again, before we get into the updates, we will be taking questions. You can drop your questions in the live chat, and we will take them either in between this live or towards the end, however time permits. Do ask your questions, and even otherwise, comment on our videos and reach out to us through social media. We are at Factly India across platforms. That said, I think we are now ready to get into the updates. We'll begin with the fact check team, which is today here represented by Harshavardhan. Hi, Harsha.
Hi, Parvati.
So, uh, we are now entering the end of election season for this year, with Telangana being the last state going for polling tomorrow. And the results for all five states are supposed to be coming out in on 3rd December, of course. So, like the last two fortnights, because the last two editions of the Factly Digest, we have spoken about election related misinformation, and this time it's the same, trend. I mean, it's not abating. There is still a lot of misinformation related to the elections that has been viral. So, take us through some of the posts and themes that you've come across in this space over the past 2 weeks.
As the Election Commission released the notification for the five state assembly elections, we have been getting a lot of this political misinformation, election-related misinformation on the social media, like WhatsApp, Twitter,
Mhm.
Facebook, etc. Similarly, as we reach to the end of the election, we are also getting other kinds of misinformation, like for example, clipped videos. Uh, for example, one video shows that Rahul Gandhi insulting Bharat Mata by asking who is Bharat Mata, what is Bharat Mata. But in fact, after the it's a clipped video, but the full length video shows that he's answering, he's telling what he thinks Bharat Mata is and what other party opposition ruling party thinks he is.
Yeah.
And actually, these kind of clipped videos is easy to propagate misinformation,
Yeah.
because someone clips the some part of the video and shares without the context
Yeah.
and mock the leader or the party. And similarly, other clipped video is related to Amit Shah went viral, saying that claiming that Amit Shah said BJP is the first party who started NITs, IITs in the country.
Yeah.
But actually, he is referring to Chhattisgarh during the BJP rule.
Mm.
He is referring to the institutions they built. Yeah. During the BJP rule. So users can easily debunk these videos by themselves, because once you see the video, you can reverse image search the video, and
Yeah.
you can get the full video on the YouTube or Facebook.
Yeah.
And you can go to particular time frame, and you can see for yourselves whether it's true or false.
Yeah.
And other kind of misinformation is related to morphed images, like two images combined to form a false narrative of misinformation. Like one example is the image of KCR and Sonia Gandhi. The image shows the KCR touching the feet of Sonia Gandhi for giving a separate Telangana state. But in
Mm.
fact, these two images are clicked at two separate points.
Mm.
One image shows Sonia Gandhi with Manmohan Singh, and
Mm.
other image shows KCR is touching feet of former President Pranab Mukherjee.
Okay.
These two are combined, and they created a false information. And other kind of is face morphing, like for example, one image shows one Congress leader joined the BRS party shortly before the election, but in fact it is the other person, and the face of the person is swapped with that person.
Mm.
So users can do a simple reversing message. We already demonstrated how to do reversing message in the previous slide.
Yeah.
So users can find themselves, and whether it's true or not. And other kind of misinformation is related to the manifestos. Political parties release, every political party release manifestos before the elections, and they promise various schemes and
Mm.
like to the society. So one claim went viral is this Congress party is appeasing the minorities by providing freebies only to particular minority
Mm.
community and neglecting the majority
Mm.
other communities.
Mm.
But actually, after reading the entire manifestos, one can see that uh, the Congress party gave equal importance to the all sections of the society.
Mm.
Similarly, in the last live, we debunked how the false information is propagated against the BJP manifesto. So, and other kind of misinformation is related to news clippings. So, news clippings is a very important, serious kind of misinformation because uh, people, even in social media, they believe that something came in the print media, print. They give more credibility to it. So, the fake news peddlers are using this newspaper template to create the misinformation,
Right.
so that people would believe it easily. So, one example says that KCR is in touch with the Congress MLAs, uh, like that. But actually, it went viral like it's printed in the Disha newspaper. But actually, the Disha paper get clarification that it's a fake news. So sometimes the papers do not clarify because there is a lot of misinformation that they cannot clarify for every
Mm.
kind of news. Uh, other example is Revant Reddy and Andhra Pradesh ex-CM Chandrababu Naidu are conspiring to merge Telangana with Andhra Pradesh. And at the time, the newspaper did not give any clarification. So what we did is we debunked it in another way. What we do is uh, in this kind of examples, these fake posts contain the original news. I
Mm.
mean, as you can see on the screen, some part of the original is left behind in the fake post. So we search that through the web and find out the original paper where the news is there. So we compared both the images. Like the original news article is removed and the
Mm.
fake post is created, and the entire one is created as a separate paper.
Okay.
So that's how we debunk. So it's kind of difficult, but if we can try harder, we can debunk such type of misinformation as well. Yeah.
Right. So, Harsha mentioned the previous live, and you can find that in the live tab of our channel, of our YouTube channel, and you can just watch the one that was on 16th November, and that's where you will find these pointers on how to do reverse image search and the rest. Okay, so that's as far as election-related misinformation goes. Any other prominent trends that you noticed?
Yeah, the conclusion of the World Cup has also given many kinds of misinformation.
Hmm.
One of them is after the trophy end of the final match presentation at the presentation ceremony. A clip went viral saying that Prime Minister Modi ignored the Australian captain Pat Cummins after giving him
Mm.
the trophy. But actually, it's as we said earlier, it's a clipped video,
Yeah.
and the entire video before and after it shows that he's meeting all the Australian players
Mm.
and greeting them and like that. And the next one is regarding the Travis head catch of the Rohit Sharma.
Mm.
Uh, an edited image went viral showing that Travis had touched the ball to the ground.
Yeah.
But actually, in the live streaming and
Yeah.
highlights, we can see that clearly it's a clean catch. So this edited image is used by mostly YouTubers as a clickbait to attract the audience. but it's not real one.
Yeah.
So another one is Rohit Sharma touching the PM Modi's feet. As we discussed earlier, it is a combination of two images.
Mm.
One is Modi walking, and another one is Rohit Sharma. These two
Mm.
combined and uh, shared as a false information.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have taken the World Cup defeat very hard, and it seems to be a manifestation of that that is, pouring in through these social media posts. Nothing to do but live with it. But the major news over the past few days has been the 41 miners who were trapped in a tunnel in Uttarakhand and who have now been
Rescue.
evacuated successfully. Now there was an instance of images going viral saying it captures the miners in the tunnel, but turned out that they were artificial
Yeah,
intelligence
generated.
generated through AI. And so just like you gave pointers on how to do reverse image search and all of that, could you also take our viewers through, because this is a huge problem now, and no, despite all the number of fact checkers in the country, we're not going to be able to curb, or fact check or debunk each and every single of these images because the volume is huge. So for the viewer who comes across such an image, can you tell them how they can easily find out if an image that they have in front of them is a photograph or an AI generated image?
Yeah. So after the evacuation of these workers from the Uttarakhand tunnel, a photo went viral. This photo shows a group of miners holding the Indian flag and they are cheering up. But if you do the reverse image search, you get the plenty of posts saying that it's a real image. Even the major news outlets in the
Yeah.
country also published their stories based on this image,
Yeah.
and they even some of the print media also printed this image on the paper.
Mm.
So you can in this example, reverse image search won't work.
Mm.
So what works is careful observation of the image. Like this image, you can see the faces. Some of the faces are not realistic,
Mm.
and their eyes are not. Some of the eyes are not perfect,
Mm.
and the fingers. Mostly in artificial intelligence AI generated pics, fingers are not perfect.
Mm.
Some of them are 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 6 fingers,
Seven
like
figures,
yeah,
yeah.
like that. So, even if there is a perfect picture, there are some tools to identify the real image for the AI generated image. So, for example, now we'll talk about the one such tool. It's called a Hive Moderator. You can search on the internet with the
Mm.
name Hive AI Detector Chrome extension, and you can click add that to a browser like Chrome browser or Brave browser, and it will extension will be added to your browser. And once you are scrolling through the internet like Facebook or any other social media or Google, you can right click on the uh, on your mouse, and an option will display like Hive AI detection.
Mm.
So once you click it, it will tell you the whether the image is AI generated or normal image,
Mm.
and it's also give the prediction also, like if it's 100% or 50%, 60%, like that. So with such tools you can say whether an image is AI generated or not. So for example, one image you can see on the screen is shared as an image of a strange animal, but actually if you check it using the Hive moderator, you can see it gives 100% AI generated.
Mm.
It also even give which software is used to generate such image, like Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, or other ones. And the second image is like if we can see there is image of a garden with all kinds of flowers. Usually we think it's AI generated or edited, but actually it's a real photograph
Mm.
upload on the stock image website
Mm.
Pexels. And other one is last one is an image of old woman.
Mm.
Usually, if you see, it looks like it's a photographed image,
Mm.
but actually, it's an AI generated image,
Mm.
and it's this Hive moderator shows 100% AI generation. So what I want to say is the software is not foolproof because there are certain errors and
Yeah.
yeah, like that. But it's a simple and efficient one as far as we tested.
Yeah.
Uh, and and the Uttarakhand one, if you can see, it also gave them almost 99% to 100%
Mm.
as AI generated one. So 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 in this era, with the technology of AI generated images become more and more advanced.
Mm.
One should take every picture they see online with a
Yeah.
grain of salt,
Yeah.
because even we can't trust the news outlets because they are
Yeah.
also in a hurry to publish the news first. So it's better to stop and verify.
Mm.
And if you have any doubt, you can contact our WhatsApp tip line.
Yeah. As we always say on our fact check videos, before you hit that forward button, pause. Uh, Always carry that lesson with you. And yeah, I think with that, we come to the end of the fact check team update. Thank you for joining, Harsha.
Yeah.
Um, all right, then, before we move on to the next team, a couple of quick pointers. One, we are taking questions, and you can drop them in the live chat, and we will take them towards the end of uh, the this live. But also, otherwise, you can of course always drop not just your questions but also your feedback, and tell us about the kind of content you want us to produce. All of that you can reach out to us either on our social media, which is at Factly India across platforms, on DMs, or as comments on our posts, and of course comments on our YouTube videos. That also works for us. And apart from that, memberships are live, and also, as Harsha just said, do make use of our WhatsApp tip line to quickly check if any post that you've come across on social media is fake or real. Okay. That said, we are now ready to move on to the next set of updates, which is from the newsroom. And joining me is Sai Krishna. Hi, Sai Krishna.
Hi, Param.
So last time you were here, you spoke about Central Vigilance Commission, and it was a very heavy, very important, but also very heavy topic. But this time, I believe you have something more fun and relatable for our viewers. So, what is the story from the past 2 weeks that your team has produced that you'd like to take our viewers through?
So I think the highlight of the last fortnight, like throughout India, is only Cricket World Cup, and we have did couple of stories on Cricket World Cup. So this Cricket World Cup is so special that like it has infused new life to ODI cricket
Yeah.
itself. So there was time when people were saying like ODI cricket was dying, but this World Cup has transformed it, and the performance of Indian team was so dominant. Like it was so dominant throughout the tournament, but it fell short to Australia in the final. And there is also a reason why these kind of cricket World Cups are so special, because the tournament faces numerous challenges,
Mm.
right from logistical issues to political issues.
Yeah.
But it also has the all the ingredients that make a great competitive staging event. So, in terms of such events like Cricket World Cups, we can see the best talent across the Test teams and T20 teams, where they come together and showcase to the world their original talent.
Mm.
So, many people say IPL may be the prime real estate these days, but ODI World Cup still is highly a lucrative club.
Yes.
So that we have taken that as an inspiration to do a story on Cricket World Cup.
Yeah. So, before we get into the highlights from your analysis, pun intended, why don't you take our viewers through the process and tools that you used in collecting this data?
So we have gathered this information from Dataful, where we have like meticulously uh, compiled data sets of every cricket match across the World Cups. So each data set like has the details of the number of runs scored, the number of wickets taken, the outcomes of these matches, and these kind of uh, minor details also we have covered. And these data sets also become the foundation for us when we calculate things like run rates across
Mm.
when teams are batting first or when teams are batting second. So that is how we have used the data from the data full, and
Mm.
we did this.
Yeah. So this Dataful portal is dataful.in. That's dataful.in. That is the site. If you are someone who works with public data, it's very useful for you. And if you are someone who works with public data, you know that it takes hours and hours to clean it. So on Dataful.in, what you get is access to thousands, literally thousands of cleaned data sets. So that makes your work a lot easier to pick up a clean data set and then do your analysis on the basis of that. All right, so back to the update. And now, yes, of course, the part that I'm sure viewers are most excited for. What are the most interesting findings from your research?
I think this World Cup has witnessed some excellent sporting standards in throughout the history. So, be it in terms of the upsets that small teams have given to big teams, be it in terms of heroics of the players and the sheer cricketing standards that they have set. This World Cup stands among the best, like among the best of all the World Cups. This World Cup also saw a flurry of new records being set both in batting and bowling departments as well. So, in terms of the records at an overall stage, we see that this World Cup across the 48 matches, a total of more than 24,800 runs were scored. Uh, the teams batting first scored around 13,000 plus runs, whereas the team batting second scored more than 10,000 runs. This is the highest in terms of runs that have been scored, both cumulative total as well as the teams batting first and second across all the World Cups. So this is a standout feature of this World Cup. We also see that this World Cup has witnessed more centuries than ever. The previous highest was 31 centuries. This World Cup, we see that more 40 centuries were scored in this World Cup. So this is also one standout feature of this World Cup. And if we compare the match to match analysis, also if we look at the average number of runs scored per match, this World Cup stands out with 513 runs average runs scored per match. The previous highest was in 2000 2015 World Cup, where the average number of runs scored was around 480 runs per match. So this World Cup beats that previous record also. Uh, in terms of the run rate also, the overall run rate in this World Cup stood at 5.43, beating the previous record of 5.3. So this is also the highest run rate that was recorded across the World Cup. Along with these kind of cumulative records, we have also seen some kind of individual records. So Rohit Sharma scored double centuries, but he has done it in the first innings, and those all who scored double centuries were done in first innings. This is the first time where a double century was scored while chasing in the second inning. That was done by Maxwell, where he scored 201 runs against Afghanistan. It was a thriller match.
Yeah, epic knock, yeah.
And this World Cup also saw the most runs scored by a single player in the entire in a single edition of World Cup. So where we saw Virat Kohli beating Sachin's record of 673 runs. So Virat scored around 760 runs this World Cup. We also see popularly Rohit Sharma hitting sixes. He is called a hitman. So he scored 31 sixes, breaking the previous record held by the like God Chris Gayle. So these kind of individual records were also broken in this World Cup, and that is how this Cricket World Cup 2023 is so special compared to other World Cups also.
Yeah.
But the loss is so hurting.
Yeah.
It it is so deep and it will last long.
But I think, yeah, I think your article goes a long way in at least assuring that, it wasn't just because the final was
Yes.
lost, doesn't mean, because these records are amazing. And, back in 83 when Kapil Dev won, before that, who would have thought, right, that Indian cricket will go so far? So, yeah, thank you for that. We will update the story in the description of the live when it is done. So if you just it is also of course on in the live chat, and you can visit it right away. But if you're watching a recorded version of this, then it will be in the description as well, and you can access it there. Definitely check this article out, and check Dataful also out. It will be very useful for you if you work with data. With that, we're done with the newsroom teams update. Thank you, Sai Krishna. And yeah, so this time was an aberration. We are doing it on a Wednesday, but we usually do this on Thursday. So the next edition of the Factly Digest will be on 14th December, around the same time, sorry, 6 p.m. IST. And I think we don't have any questions, which is fine. Like I said earlier, drop them in comments, drop them in DMs, and so on our social media at Factly India. Reach out to us through all these means, and we will look into it and get back to you. And yeah, in the meantime, if you haven't already subscribed to us, please do that. Follow us on social media, join our memberships, and reach out to us through all these ways and share our work with your loved ones. Uh, do that and don't share fake news. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of the Faculty Digest, and we hope to see you the next time. And until then, of course, through all the work that we put out on our channel every single day.
Also, please don't forget to cast your vote for
If you're in
those who have.
Telangana, yes, absolutely. Yeah, good reminder. And yeah, we won't tell you whom to vote for, but yeah, vote. All right, then. Thank you so much for joining. See you next time.